Today, you're connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Monday, November 21st. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. You can find Newsbreak every weekday at 7 a.m. and you can watch it at djournal.com, also on Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. We're going to take a quick look now at news, sports, and weather on this Monday. Let's start with a look at the weather underground forecast. Going to have much cooler temperatures this week. Going to have highs in the 60s and also a good chance for more rain as the week continues. Today's forecast going to have clear skies, a high of 62 degrees, low of 32, 0% chance of rain. The 3-day outlook: Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high of 68, low of 45, 0% chance of rain. Then on Wednesday, rain very likely, a high of 67, low of 38, calling for a 100% chance of rain. And then Thursday, back to clear skies, a high of 65, low of 38, 10% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from your Daily Journal and djournal.com. Democratic Attorney General Jim Hood and Republican Governor Phil Bryant find themselves on the same side of a legal fight. Both are pushing for the U.S. Supreme Court to rule in favor of Colorado in its effort to tax internet transactions. Hood announced earlier this month that his office is joining the efforts of 10 other states in petitioning the High Court. A 1992 ruling by the Supreme Court prohibited states from collecting sales tax from merchants unless the business had a brick-and-mortar presence in the state. Hood said it places local retailers at a competitive disadvantage. Last week, Bryant voiced support for the nation's highest court overturning its earlier decision. He also said Congress could enact a federal law dealing with collecting taxes on internet sales. A third option would be for the Mississippi legislature to pass a law allowing online retailers to voluntarily collect and pay the state sales tax. The temperature was cold on Saturday morning, but that didn't stop runners from helping a good cause. Nearly 25 runners completed a 3.1-mile loop at Plantersville Middle School to support its after-school tutoring program. Teachers and administrators dressed in pirate garb as they waved red pom-poms to cheer on the runners, who each paid $25 to register. The after-school tutoring program was backed by a $6,000 grant from Toyota, Mississippi in March. It gathers students for an hour after school for in-depth lessons and game-based teaching. Plantersville Assistant Principal Lindsay Brett said the program has increased engagement of students. The tutoring program is called We Are Pville. Games include learning geometry by measuring a baseball diamond, a reader's theater to increase literacy, and an introduction to robotics. Principal Rodney Spears said the program now serves 90 students. The savory smells of Thanksgiving wafted through the Salvation Army's community center last week. More than a dozen women worked to prepare enough cornbread dressing to feed 3,000 people. The Salvation Army's gym on Carnation Street will be the site of the annual Community Thanksgiving Day Luncheon. The meal will take place on Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is free and open to anyone in need. Last week, volunteers were mixing the dressing in 5-gallon tubs and then pouring the mixture into full-size steam pans that will be baked closer to the holiday. Another crew has already prepared dozens of green bean and sweet potato casseroles to be served. Thursday's menu will also include turkey and gravy, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, rolls, desserts, and drinks. Major Linda Daniel of the Salvation Army pointed out that not all 3,000-plus meals will be served on site. Volunteers also will deliver food to shut-ins and the elderly, as well as to the waiting room at the hospital and to area fire departments. Daniel said she is looking for volunteers to help on Thursday. And in sports, it was another rough week for the Ole Miss and Mississippi State football teams and their chances of playing in a bowl game. Mississippi State fell to Arkansas 58-42. The Razorbacks never had to punt as they rolled up 661 yards of offense. Mississippi State had 533 yards of offense of its own, but hit a lull and failed to score in the second quarter. The loss eliminates the Bulldogs from bowl eligibility. Their season will end on Saturday afternoon at Ole Miss. And the Rebels lost at Vanderbilt 38-17. The Ole Miss offense was stagnant much of the night, and the defense gave up too many big plays to overcome. Ole Miss still needs one more win to reach a bowl game. They'll have one last chance to try to get in on Saturday against the Bulldogs. And in the high school football playoffs on Friday night, Tupelo saw its 12-win season come to a sudden end with a 38-17 loss to Madison Central. In other action, Pontotoc knocked off Noxubee County 29-20. Lafayette beat Amory 51-13. Baldwin defeated East Webster 48-32, and Smithville got past Ray Brooks 13-12. Those winners all advanced to the North Half Championships this Friday. And that does it for Newsbreak on this Monday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings, courtesy of the Daily Journal, that gets you news off the page and on the go. We also have the Memo podcast hosted by myself and W. Derek Russell, which delves deeper into the local news of Northeast Mississippi with analysis and commentary each Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can find that online at memo.djournal.com or wherever podcasts can be downloaded. This afternoon, you can catch the Capitol View webcast live around 2 o'clock at djournal.com. That's where Daily Journal Capitol Bureau Chief Bobby Harrison and I will talk about what is going on in the state politics. Each story I discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal or at djournal.com, and you can also find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. So thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Brad Locke. You'll have a good one.